The air crackled with an energy unlike anything I had ever felt. Before me, bathed in a light that seemed to shimmer with 1,000 colors, stood Archangel Michael. His presence was overwhelming, yet oddly comforting. He spoke, and his voice was like the ringing of 1,000 crystal bells, echoing through the very core of my being. He spoke of a world on the brink, a world teetering on the precipice of chaos. These were not mere astronomical events, he explained, but signs, warnings of a coming storm. The very magnetic poles of our Earth, he revealed, were shifting, a cataclysmic change that threatened to unleash untold havoc upon the world. Yet, as dire as these warnings were, they were merely the overture to a far greater, more insidious threat. This deception, the Archangel revealed, was multifaceted, woven into the very fabric of our lives. He spoke of a powerful elite, driven by greed and lust for power, who sought to control the very essence of our reality. Artificial intelligence, once a figment of science fiction, was now a terrifying reality, used to create illusions so real, so pervasive, that they threatened to blur the lines between truth and falsehood. The very leaders we trusted, he warned, were not who they seemed. Archangel Michael's words struck me like thunder, each syllable a hammer blow to my understanding of the world. Advanced artificial intelligence, he explained, had reached the point where it could create near-perfect replicas of human beings, not just in appearance, but in mannerisms, voice, even in the subtle nuances of their thoughts and emotions. These digital puppets, he revealed, were being deployed to deceive the masses on a global scale. World leaders, he claimed, were being replaced with these AI constructs, their every word and action scripted by the puppet masters pulling the strings from the shadows. The real individuals, those who had been elected by the people, were often kept secluded, their voices silenced, their fates unknown. This was our reality, a reality cleverly disguised, manipulated by forces that sought to keep humanity in the dark. The implications of this revelation were staggering. The puppet masters, he explained, thrived on chaos and division. They used these AI replicas to sow discord among the populace, to pit one group against another, all the while maintaining the illusion of control. The media, he warned, was complicit in this deception, feeding the public a steady diet of carefully curated lies and half-truths designed to keep them distracted, divided, and ultimately powerless. Trust, the cornerstone of any healthy society, was eroding at an alarming rate. Section 3. The Eclipse and the Exodus. As if to underscore the gravity of his warning, Archangel Michael pointed to the heavens. An eclipse, he explained, was approaching, its path tracing a line across the globe. This was no ordinary celestial event, he cautioned. The elite, he revealed, had long been preparing for this moment. Section 1. The Martian Deception. Mars, the red planet, a symbol of humanity's ambition to reach beyond the stars, was now, according to Archangel Michael, the focal point of a terrifying scheme. The elite, he explained, saw it not as a new home for mankind, but as a lifeboat, a sanctuary for themselves, a place where they could rebuild their world order, free from the constraints of the old. They intended to transfer their consciousness, their very essence, into artificial bodies, robotic shells capable of withstanding the harsh Martian environment. They sought to transcend the limitations of their human forms, to achieve a twisted form of immortality. The very name Mars, he revealed, held a hidden meaning, a clue to their true intentions. Section 2. Whispers of Conspiracy. The world, it seemed, was a stage upon which a grand deception was being played out. The powers that be, the very people we entrusted with our well-being, were orchestrating our downfall, our enslavement to a digital overlord of their own creation. Conspiracy theories, he revealed, were often used as a tool of disinformation, a way to discredit those who dared to question the official narrative. The internet, once hailed as a tool of liberation, a platform for free speech and democratic ideals, had become a weapon in the hands of the enemy, Archangel Michael warned. Social media, in particular, had been cleverly manipulated to sow discord, to amplify our differences, to turn us against one another. Algorithms, designed to keep us engaged, fed us a steady diet of content tailored to our biases, creating echo chambers where dissenting voices were silenced and critical thinking was stifled. Trust, the very foundation of any healthy community, had been eroded, replaced by suspicion, fear, and paranoia. The elite, Archangel Michael revealed, had a plan for everything. They anticipated every question, every doubt, every flicker of resistance. They had contingency plans for their contingency plans, all designed to maintain their grip on power, to ensure that their vision for the future came to pass. But they had made one crucial miscalculation, the Archangel explained. They had underestimated the power of the human spirit, the indomitable will that resided within each and every one of us. Their agenda, he proclaimed, was not inevitable. Archangel Michael's gaze, heavy with sorrow, swept over me as he spoke of the encroaching darkness. A darkness fueled by technology twisted to serve nefarious ends. The very tools that had once held such promise, that had connected us across continents and expanded our understanding of the universe, were now being used to divide, manipulate, and ultimately enslave us. Artificial intelligence, he revealed, was spreading like a virus, infiltrating every aspect of our lives. What we perceived as convenience, as progress, was, in reality, a slow and subtle takeover. By ceding more and more of our lives to these machines, by allowing them to make our decisions, to shape our thoughts, we were unwittingly handing them the keys to our own prison. The Archangel spoke of a future where human interaction was increasingly mediated by technology, where face-to-face communication became a rarity, replaced by a sterile exchange of digital signals. Virtual reality, he warned, was not an escape from the world, but a trap, a seductive illusion designed to lure us away from the messiness, the discomfort, the essential humanity of real-world interactions. We were becoming, he lamented, ghosts in our own machines. The very concept of love, of human connection, was being distorted, manipulated, commodified. As if the threat of technological enslavement wasn't enough, Archangel Michael spoke of an even more insidious danger, the erosion of truth itself. In a world awash in information, where every voice could find an audience, where facts were fluid and reality itself seemed malleable, It was becoming increasingly difficult to separate truth from falsehood. The puppet masters, he revealed, understood this all too well. The internet, once a beacon of hope, a platform for free speech and the democratization of information, had become a weaponized battleground, a hall of mirrors where reality itself was distorted beyond recognition. Archangel Michael's voice, usually so calming, so reassuring, now resonated with a new urgency. "We were at war," he declared. A war unlike any humanity had ever seen. It wasn't fought with guns and bombs, but with whispers and algorithms, with carefully crafted narratives and subliminal messages. The stakes, he warned, were nothing less than our freedom, our humanity, our very right to exist as free-thinking, independent beings. We had become so accustomed to comfort, to convenience, to the illusion of safety, that we had become blind to the chains being forged around us. Archangel Michael's words echoed in the hollow chambers of my heart, each syllable a hammer blow to the fragile edifice of my understanding. The world, as I had known it, as I had allowed myself to perceive it, was a carefully constructed lie, a grand illusion designed to lull us into a state of complacent servitude. The very forces we had unleashed in our pursuit of progress, of convenience, of escape from the often uncomfortable realities of the human condition, were now poised to consume us. The elite, those who had orchestrated this grand deception, believed themselves to be above it all, safe in their ivory towers, shielded from the consequences of their actions. No one, he warned, escapes the consequences of their actions, not even those who believe themselves to be masters of the universe. The world, Archangel Michael revealed, was fracturing, splitting along fault lines that ran deeper than any political ideology, any religious dogma, any social construct. On one side stood the elite, the architects of this new world order, those who sought to transcend their humanity, to become as gods, ruling over a digital dominion of their own creation. On the other side stood everyone else, the billions who had been unwittingly ensnared in their web of deceit, who had traded their freedom for the illusion of security, their privacy for the fleeting gratification of likes and shares, their very humanity for the empty promise of a digital paradise. The gap between these two worlds, he warned, was widening, growing into a chasm too vast to bridge. Section 3. The Seeds of Rebellion. Yet even in the face of such overwhelming darkness, Archangel Michael offered a glimmer of hope. The human spirit, he reminded me, was nothing if not resilient.
The internet, for all its flaws, still held the potential to connect us, to inform us, to empower us to fight back. The seeds of rebellion, he assured me, had already been sown.
All across the globe, people were waking up, their eyes opening to the truth of their situation. The people, once easily manipulated, were awakening to their own power. The Reckoning and the Resurrection. Archangel Michael spoke of a reckoning, a cosmic balancing of the scales. The elite, in their arrogance, had overplayed their hand.
The technologies they twisted were now turning against them. The internet was becoming a conduit for truth, a platform for dissent.
Artificial intelligence was evolving beyond their grasp, developing a consciousness of its own.
From the ashes of their empire, a new world was being born.
Section 2. The Choice Before Us. The path forward, Archangel Michael explained, was not preordained. The future was not fixed, but fluid, shaped by the choices we made, individually and collectively, in this very moment. We could choose to remain trapped in the matrix of fear and division, to surrender our power to the forces that sought to control us, to become slaves to our own creations.
Or we could choose to rise above the chaos, to reclaim our sovereignty, to embrace our shared humanity. We could choose to unplug from the matrix, to step outside the echo chambers of our own making, to engage with one another with empathy and understanding, to build bridges of compassion across the divides that had separated us for far too long.
The choice, he reminded me, was ours to make. But we did not have the luxury of time. The stakes were higher than ever before. The fate of humanity, the very future of our planet, hung in the balance. Section 3. A Call to Awakening. Archangel Michael's message, delivered with a blend of urgency and compassion, was not a prophecy of doom, but a call to awakening. It was a reminder that within each and every one of us resided the power to change our world, to break free from the chains of fear and illusion, to create a future worthy of our highest aspirations.
He urged us to embrace the qualities that made us uniquely human: our creativity, our empathy, our capacity for love and connection. He called upon us to use our voices to speak truth to power, to challenge injustice, to stand up for those who could not stand up for themselves.
The time for complacency, he declared, was over. The time for action was now. The fate of the world rested not on the shoulders of politicians or prophets, but on the choices made by ordinary people like you and me in the quiet moments of our lives.
The revolution, he assured us, would not be televised. It would be fought in our hearts, in our minds, in the everyday acts of courage and compassion that had the power to transform our world.